Hi again, Joy Warriors. So let's talk about what does it mean to live in purpose and why is it so important? I believe that when we put our heads down on our pillows at the end of a long day, we want to know that we accomplished something good, more than we just worked or more than, I don't know, that we just existed today. So, obviously, this is something that's close to my heart. I'm really starting to get in a groove of living in my personal purpose. But I also get asked a lot of people to help me with that, them find their purpose. And it's such a powerful, strong word. I think the funny thing is that I was been on this search for most of my life of like, I wanted to have purpose. I want my life to have meaning. And I would watch the Oprah show, and then I was always at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by 5 o'clock I was just crying, bawling, because they would always have something about some special of these women, and mostly women who'd found their purpose and did something amazing, and I'm like, I don't have purpose, and it really ached in me that I didn't know what I was doing with my life, and I kept trying different things, and nothing seemed to stick. And something switched is where I started to realize, what if I don't have anything major that's some big thing? Maybe if I'm just having purpose in my day-to-day life, then that can actually start to add value, and I can feel like I'm at purpose, even if it's not something grand. And I think that, purpose is really a unique thing. And I really think there's 3 kind of ingredients. First, you look at, what are the things that I like to do? I'm someone who likes to talk. I talk a lot. And so I'm good at that. And so finding ways that I can use those skill sets and, what are the things that I'm good at and what am I not good at? That's a very practical way of looking at purpose. Another thing is that I think is really the secret piece of finding purpose is, where are your flaws? Where are your pain? Almost anything that has any major meaning in my life comes from some sort of tragedy, trauma, uncomfortable situation that I wanted healing for me. And because I was so viscerally wanting that for myself, that then I would go and help others, or I found a way or a solution around that. So that is the flip coin of finding your purpose, is sort of looking at our raw, weak moments, our weaknesses, our things that we want. So for me, it was, I wanted to feel like I was loved and that I mattered. And then what I realized is, well, if you want to feel like you're loved and you matter, then you might want to help other people. You want to do that for others. And I just started doing that as a waitress. I started doing that in my corporate jobs. And I started doing it in other ways, and slowly making it a part of my daily practice. And then, I would lose that baby, and all of a sudden I go to Africa to go help others, to get out of myself, and accidentally found my life purpose. And I do believe that One Mama is part of my life purpose, but I also think that fighting for your joy is the bigger part of what all of that is. So fighting for my joy and the joy of others is what my purpose is. So what is yours? What are these skill sets? What are the pains that sort of have impassioned you, but maybe you're stuck in that impassioned, and how do you transmute it out? And sometimes, what you have to do is you look at you use your skills, you find what was going to make you feel purposeful, and you just have to ask the question. That's usually what we don't do, is we think it's something outside of ourselves. I didn't even know when Mama was going to be what it was. And until 2 years later, until I was already started it, did I understand what was happening to me. So most people already may even have their purpose, they just haven't acknowledged it to themselves, and they haven't asked the questions. So what are the skills you can evoke and move forward with a purpose and give it sense of that without it having some weight to it? And if you can't think of an answer, the funny thing is, my trick is, what would the ideal man do, or what would the ideal woman do? And follow that. Just do it. Pretty much that's sort of me faking it till I make it through most of my life, because I felt like there were so many things in life that I was never really taught as a kid, or taught in school, and so I would just go, what would the ideal woman do? And somehow I know what the ideal woman would do, and I just go do it, and that has led me to my purpose. So keep me updated on your journey and how you find your purpose, and how are you starting to ask these questions, or what questions did you ask that got this excited and impassioned in you? So can't wait to see. Go find your purpose.